We're live from Aero Arena, Tuesday night basketball edition. I'm Chris Mowry. The Ashland Aeros Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. You're listening and watching on. Tonight's game is brought to you by Hedstrom Entertainment, having unplugged fun for over 100 years. And as always, this is the Ashland Eye Care pregame show. We'll be right back with our Wickham and Hess pregame guest, Dwight McElfresh, right after this.
The team at Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest.
Welcome back to the Ashland Aeros Broadcast Network inside Aero Arena. Ashland Aeros will be taking on the TY Tigers from Mansfield Senior High School. Dwight McElfresh is our Wickham and Hess pregame guest. I butchered that. Last week was Ev Duvall in the pregame or postgame, midgame, whatever. Thanks for joining us, Mac.
Well, it's great to be here. Great win for the junior varsity team over our arch rival. That's
yes.
for sure.
Yeah. So is that what you've come to know? Senior high
well,
as the biggest rival?
It's by far over the period of years, that in Worcester and of course now Lexington. But it's always great to secure a win against one of your opponents.
We had Chad Emmons on with us at the preview show, and I asked him, Brandon did, and he of course said Lexington for the newer age kids, but he said, I got to tell you, we always wanted to be senior high school, and they were our big rival. Yeah. We never got it done, but we always were amped up for that game.
Always great games.
So you spent your career inside the Ashland City Schools. What roles did you have? What memories do you have now?
Well, I started teaching here in the early 70s and working with kids with special needs, and it was a great start to my career. And then I went on the road for a couple of years supervising students with disabilities, and in that way I was over in Mansfield and down in West Holmes and some other areas, which really made me appreciate the Ashland City School District. Came back in the early 90s and been here ever since. And I had a role in working with people services and working with curriculum, and ultimately finished up as interim superintendent. And it's been really a great opportunity for me to stay in the area. And of course, 10 years at the university working with continuing ed programs and professional development. So it's been a great career here in North Central Ohio.
Well, we've got a new, sorry, Brandon.
Yeah, you're good.
We got a new superintendent here a couple of years in, Steve Paramore. You've known him since he was a grasshopper. What was the, kind of the role or kind of knowledge you poured into him as he started his new endeavor?
I got to tell you, I don't get much credit for this, but he was one of my very first hires as a PE teacher here in the city school district. So I take full credit for that now, and
wise man.
It turned out pretty good for both of us.
Well, you hired him as a PE teacher, and I hired him as a superintendent, as a board member. So we've got that sandwiched right there.
And I think we did pretty well with that one.
Mac, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Ashland City Schools Foundation, your involvement with them, and how people can get involved with that as well?
Well, over the last 30 years, we've had a group, a small foundation that raises and endows funds for the school district. And we really focus on our academic programs. And over the years, we've raised over $1 million for teacher education mini grants, things like the Arch Auditorium, and most recently the Walk of Champions with the field house. And all that supplements and provides great opportunities for our students. And most recently, we've become an affiliate of the Ashland Community Foundation, which gives us a lot of support from Cuddy and his great team of people, which helps manage our funds and, more importantly, helps direct donors who want to give to the Ashland City School District.
Did Cuddy pay you to say that?
Well, no, Cuddy's been a big supporter, and we've worked with him together for the years. And of course, we go all the way back to Dr. Lucille Ford when she started the foundation, and both those foundations started the same year, believe it or not. So,
last question for you. Sorry about that. Tell me about the AU Women's Fast Break Club. What's going on with the ladies this year?
Well, we're off to a 9-3 start. We're a little young at our guard position, but we've got 2 ball games this week against ranked opponents.
Some big ones, yeah.
And again, being the booster club chair is a great honor to work with those terrific young ladies. But it just goes to show you what can happen as far as world-class athletics in a small town of Ashland, Ohio, when good people get together.
World-class athletic facilities as well, and speaking for the women, world-class leaders of that program. We've been fortunate with the 3 back-to-back that we've had.
Well, and had the opportunity to work with all 3 of those great coaches, all the way back to Sue Ramsey, who brought me into the program as an opportunity to be chair of the Booster Club, and with, of course, Robin and Coach Pickens, it doesn't get any better than that.
Sounds good. Dwight McElfresh, our guest. Appreciate the time.
Thank you,
Wickham and Hess pregame guest. We'll be right back, Brandon, with the VIP drip. Coach Vipperman's going to join us right after this.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
The team at Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest.
Welcome back to Aero Arena. This is a new segment, Brandon. We're going to try and get Coach Keith Vipperman to join us every game.
All right.
We'll get this one sponsored next year and just have an advertiser next to this. Maybe it'll be known as the bread truck with Coach Vip or something. What do you think about that? Wonder
works,
Bread
man.
with Coach Vip.
No, hey, whoa. Pepperidge Farm. You
Pepperidge
got
Farm.
Wonder
Oh,
Bread.
yeah. No wonder. That was
Pepperidge Farms. All right, Vip. All right, first question. You're
Yeah.
facing a tough team tonight. What do you guys expect to see from senior?
What do you always expect to see from senior? Pressure.
Yep.
Rebound, brick and mortar. I
Okay.
mean, that's going to be the game, and that's going to be the challenge ahead with Varsity again tonight. Just like you saw the 2 previous games, the same thing. You know, it goes up. They rebound really well, really hard, and they bring the pressure. They, no matter what, some type of full court pressure, you're going to see it.
We're going to pay tribute to a coach around here for a decade or better, Tom Carver, who
Absolutely.
passed away this week, and he was a hell of a man, and I've known him for a long time. Yeah, quick thoughts and memories of Coach Carver.
Coach Carver is a guy that was like my right-hand guy down there. You know, during the games, you know, he's always that guy that was like, hey, Vip, get a timeout. Hey, you need to get this guy in. You know, Tom was always that guy, and I'm just like, what do you do? You know, all throughout, I keep hoping that he was going to be the guy that would come back, because just the voice that you've had there for so long, and now it's not there, and it's just like crazy.
I mentioned it when we came in here tonight that it's just so odd to walk in here and not have Coach Carver here. We love him. We miss him already. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, and we know he's with the Lord, and that at least gives us some hope and some comfort knowing that he's with Jesus. So that's hopeful, but nonetheless, it's still a loss here for us on earth.
Oh, yeah. For the community, the basketball, you know, everything, it just goes out, you know, and you know, as being a kid with, you know, Trey and Gabby, you know, you know, as kids losing their dad at 46, it's just, I just can't imagine. I mean, it's a tough card to handle right now.
Final thing here, Vip, what's going to make the Arrow successful tonight?
Taking care of the ball, not turning it over, and handling the pressure. We do that, and we're going to be fine.
Coach Keith Vipperman of the successful JV squad today over the Senior High Tigers. Brandon, I'll be right back right after this.
All right, guys.
Need an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR.
Welcome back to Aero Arena, the Ashland Eye Care pregame show. I'm Chris Mallory. That's Brandon Wells and the Jazz Band, Brandon, on a Tuesday night.
baby.
Live and in action right down there underneath the goal. We love it when the Jazz Band is in action. Let's get a quick look at the Arrows record and conference standings, brought to you by Whitaker Myers, providing solutions for your insurance, benefits, and wealth management needs since 1869, with offices in Ashland and Hooster.
Right now, Chris, the Arrows sitting atop with 1-0, but they're there with a couple other teams, so it's not just the Arrows. You got Senior High at 2-0, sitting atop. But looking at the schedule, Chris, we started off 3-0. We had a tough loss on Saturday against Warren JFK in that Massillon Classic. But, of course, we were without Nathan Bernhardt, our big man, and really our only true post player. And so you're going up against a good JFK squad without him. He was gone on a football visit. Completely okay with that as a coach myself, and I'm sure that was the right thing to do. You want the young man to succeed. You're looking big picture. You're not looking at one game in the middle of December. You're looking at what this young man's career looks like and what it looks like after high school. So good job by the coaching staff here. Good job by Nathan Bernhardt. But now he comes back, and we've got a little different assignment against Mansfield Senior.
Well, you can watch Brandon and I live here in the pregame from the Pre-Stella broadcast booth, but you can also watch the Arrows live at the South Street Grill on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network. South Street Grill is the official watch location of all of Arrow athletics, through football, through basketball, through baseball. You can check them out, get a burger, have a drink, and enjoy your most favorite Arrow athletics. Pave the way forward, brought to you by Sarver Paving, the freshman with a 54-38 win. Brandon, undefeated. JV squad with a 62-53 win over Senior High, undefeated squad as well.
Look, you want guys to start getting the idea of winning being important, so you do want your young teams, your junior high, your freshman, your JV to win. It just can't be the focus of what you're doing. I tweeted something the other day about this. If you want to follow me, I tweet some mostly basketball things now. At Coach Wells, I stay away from politics. I stay away from anything else. I'm just talking about leadership things on there and basketball, because I don't want to get involved in the rest of it. So I will tell you, I talked about the importance of developing young talent, and that doesn't mean trying to win. It means to develop talent and develop young men, and hopefully when you do those things right, you win some ball games as well, and you develop that winning culture down low, and it carries over all the way up to the varsity level.
Yes, so you got your Yeti again.
Oh!
What's in there?
My man, this is just some tea. Look,
from
it's tea.
Goldberry
from
Roasting.
Goldberry Roasting. They've got it all. You got it right. They have everything you could possibly imagine. I was there this morning for a meeting at 7:30 with Ryan Smith. Ooh. Had a beautiful meeting right there. That sounded like Donald Trump. Had a beautiful meeting. So, yeah, it was a great meeting. All the people are there. I will tell you, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I had a bagel, cream cheese. Goldberry brings us our injury report, and we do have an injury report here tonight.
A starter for the Senior High Tigers,
correct,
is out tonight. He's got a high ankle sprain, so he's going to be down for a couple games. So we'll see how Coach Sykes adjusts with his lineup. AHS Profile brought to us by the law offices of Andrew Bush. Ashland's hometown law office leader is none other than junior Gabe Bates. Favorite memory, I remember this. He scores 23 points at Shelby last year. Favorite food, Chipotle. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Likes the Cavaliers. I wonder if he knows who Mark Price is.
Oh, man. You know what? ChatGPT, I just saw Mark Price tweeted this, that ChatGPT said Mark Price, the best basketball player to ever come out of Georgia Tech.
Kenny Anderson.
Mark Price is better.
Woo,
John
okay.
Sally, he's better than John Sally.
Well,
he's better than Rodney Rogers is Wake
John
Forest.
Sally in the late 80s was a dynamo. He was really good on a Piston squad.
Yeah, well, he wasn't a Mark Price.
All right, let's talk about the Arrows.
Okay.
And the inspiration, I love this about the young man, Gabe Bates. His parents are his role model. Future plans, love this too. He wants to get all A's, be valedictorian, and then the All-Ohio. What more could you ask for? And he also, as you called it, all football season long, Gabe Bates scores 7 or so touchdowns for the Arrows, and he's involved with the track squad and mentoring.
Yeah, my favorite part here, Chris, is the fact that his favorite class is mentoring. We have a great mentoring program here at the high school that has been set up for a while, and that is just so awesome to see. And what better person than Gabe Bates to mentor some young people here in the district?
Well, anybody knows me knows how much I love that program, and that will never go underfunded. I can promise you that. You're joining us on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving, and joining us in the Ashland Eye Care pregame show. Just got my contacts lenses from Doc Dimbo.
Well, I will tell you right here, I found my glasses. So last broadcast, you could not find my progressive, so now I'm
naked without them, right?
Like well, let's not get carried away, but I will say, this is the new age bifocal. So for people that don't want to say they're old, I know I'm older, but I don't want to just admit that I'm wearing
You're
bifocals.
young
They're
at heart,
not
my friend.
bifocals. They are awesome. I will tell you that.
I love the word progressive instead of those deals that just
I
go
didn't
right
think
there.
you liked progressives.
Let's get a look at the student section while we're at it there. Presented by Sarver Paving. I'm going to let that one go. Anybody that knows me off air will know how I feel. How about that?
Yeah, baby.
Christmas is the theme, and the students down there off to the right underneath the quiver are showing out and showing loud here as we celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Merry Christmas to you as well. It is a beautiful time of year, and we are excited to be bringing basketball here.
Absolutely. Today's referee is brought to us by Valley Transportation, the guys blowing the whistles. Jason Brook, Timothy Mock, Jake Williams. I was playing football, Brandon. Mike
That's all
Williams,
right.
that was on the brain. Hope nobody had him on their fantasy team because he probably didn't score you any points. Just about ready to get the national anthem underway. 30 seconds to go until we have the Chandler Systems Inc. national anthem. After that concludes, we'll be back to bring you the starting lineups and Brandon's keys to the game right after this.
On behalf of the Board of Education and Administration of Ashland High School, we'd like to welcome you to Arrow Arena for tonight's contest featuring our guests from Mansfield Senior High School and your Ashland Arrows. Ladies and gentlemen, last Sunday evening, Ashland High School lost longtime freshman basketball coach Tom Carver. Coach Carver was a beloved Arrow and left a long-lasting impression on our students and athletes. Can we please take this time and have a moment of silence to honor the life and impact Tom Carver had on Arrow Nation. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a country with freedoms like no other. We ask that you rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Ashland High School Jazz Band.
Welcome back to Arrow Arena. Thank you to the Chandler Systems Inc. crew for presenting the national anthem inside Arrow Arena today. Just about ready to conclude the Ashland Eye Care pregame show, but before we do so, let's get a quick look at the starting lineups brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company for all your paper needs, from wedding invitations to business cards and everything in between. Check out Truly Inspired Paper Company in Ashland and Loudonville. Brandon, really one thing to note here for the Tigers, Nye Petty, as we highlighted in the Goldberry Roasting injury report, out with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
He's going to be replaced by senior Jaden Smith in the starting rotation.
Well, yeah, that is a big change. That's a big change because Nye Petty brings a lot to the table. Good athlete, got some size, good underneath, good on transition. So that's a change. You're going to be a little more guard heavy, a little smaller, which should help the Arrows because, like Coach Vipperman said, this is a good rebounding team on the other side. Starting lineups brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company for all of your printing needs down there in Loudonville and in Ashland. They are fantastic with stationery, invitations, whatever you need, wedding. they've got it.
Well, here's one of my favorite sections. You and I do this throughout all three sports.
Oh, boy.
Keys to the game brought to you by Sarver Paving, buddy. What do you got?
Well, Chris, I will tell you, I think for the Arrows first, they got to defend the arc. Senior shoots the ball well from beyond the arc, almost 40% from three-point land. So defend.
Whoa, 40%?
30. They're 38%. That's yeah, right. So that is a pretty high number, right? So we want to make sure that we're defending the arc. Secondly, inside touches. They got to work the ball inside before firing off too many threes. Try to draw that defense inside against Bernhard, against Reed Emmons, against all their guys inside. So you want to go inside out, those inside out threes, and partially because Senior's defense on the interior is not great. I think they have some vulnerability there. Looking at the numbers, teams shooting over 50% inside the arc. On the other side, the Tigers, well, for them, I would say be physical, right? They need to have no Pax Romana, if you will. That's,
I love it.
So they need to go at Pax and be as physical as they can with him, push him off, get him bumped around, use your fouls, try to get him out of his game, and then crash the offensive boards, which they do well, and the Arrows are going to have to box out really well here tonight.
Well, I usually start every broadcast the same way, Brandon. I've done it for a few years. Well, we're going to hit rewind, and we're going to do it this way. I want to give thanks to all of our season advertisers that make these broadcasts possible. Sarver Paving, Hedstrom, Ashland Eye Care, Whitaker Myers, Priest Dental, Wickham and Hess, South Street Grill, Goldberry Roasting, Andrew Bush, Law Office, Chandler Systems Inc., Truly Inspired Paper Company, Valley Transportation, Linway Restaurant, Simonson Construction, Bill Harris Dealerships. We have the Jazz Band here. Reminder, halftime, you'll get uninterrupted coverage presented by Bill Harris Dealerships of the Jazz Band, Sprang Smith Insurance, Connery Manufacturing, BB&C Car Care, Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate, Janney, Truax Printing, and Bo Lacey Construction. Home crowd being introduced to the starting Arrows, and the balls are being handed out to the young ones. You can see over here to the right side the Christmas-themed student section making a tunnel. Reed Emmons hands the ball to Ashland's favorite, biggest, littlest Arrow fan, Hudson Farver. He's wearing not only an Arrow jersey, but his buddy Tyler Sauter today. He's up there in the uniform, the Arrows uniform.
I love it. We are just delighted to bring basketball to you. It is time to get underway here from Arrow Arena.
4-0 Mansfield Senior. They had a couple games last week. They win against Madison and then a 2-point contest against Fremont Ross. And then the Arrows, as Brandon mentioned earlier, 1-1 last weekend. 12-point winners at the Dungeon, West Holmes, and then lost by 21 to Warren JFK at Washington High School. That was without Bernhard, so we do expect a little bit different Arrow squad here today with the big man back in center. Speaking of the big man, he will be jumping it off for the Arrows against number 3, Jaden Smith. As mentioned, he did get the start here with the injury to Nye Petty. He's going to do the jumping duties. It'll be 6'3" Jaden Smith against 6'6" Nathan Bernhard. Here we are, we're underway, and the Arrows control the opening tip. Quickly up to Sauter. Back out to Pax. Pax looking. I think that's what he's going to deal with tonight, Brandon. A little quickness here from these Tigers.
Yeah, definitely a good defensive squad on the perimeter. Bernhard with a drive and a dish. There's a score right there, and the Arrows off to a good start.
Something we've done on Bernhard's game this year is that impressive take it to the rack, take it to the goal, and not be denied. Good job by the big man here, the junior for the Arrows.
First quarter brought to you by Comfort Control for all your heating and cooling needs in Ashland and the surrounding regions.
You know that bank shot was brought to you by Ward Real Estate. You can bank on them for all your real estate needs.
Yeah, I saw Rob Ward the other day. Had a chance to catch up with him and Mindy.
I thought you were going to say Chat GPT or something.
Listen, we were already talking Chat GPT earlier, so yeah. All right.
That had something to do with Elon Musk and landing rockets on a removable arm or something. They're inside of the Tigers, and Roan goes up, but doesn't get that to go. And here comes Ediger quickly down the other way. Little floater in the lane, doesn't get it to go.
Oh, good job by Rashad Reed hustling back.
Baith, Indiana, 3-ball, bucket. Arrows 5-0 early.
That is a BB&C Car Care three-pointer from Baith.
7 minutes to go here in the Comfort Control first quarter. Tigers slowing it down a little bit. They get in that half-court set, kind of get the ball up slightly, and here we go, running a little half-court motion offense. Arrows in a 2-3 zone, it looks like. Coach, is that right?
I looked down for 1 minute, and I think they might have fallen into a zone right there, but Either way, an open three there for senior.
Reed knocks it down. 5-3 Arrows lead. Here's another corner shot from Pax. Doesn't get that three ball to go and pulled down. And here's what we expect from the Tigers. They're off and running.
That was a good closeout by Kalen Brooks, youngest brother, I believe, of Isaac Brooks, former Madison star, current AU Eagle football player.
Kalen Brooks doing his best impersonation of Derrick Henry there with all those locks. Here's a three ball by the freshman.
And he can shoot it. Yeah, he can really score. He's putting up a lot of points early on in this season, averaging just under 20, but shooting about 40% from three.
One thing you'll notice with the Tigers, they average 70 points a contest. That includes a 46-point win on Saturday. They do get it down 70 points a game. Bates, another three-ball corner, doesn't get that one to go. Good job by Bernhardt fighting for that rebound. And Reed Emmons saves it.
Yeah, good hustle
of the Tigers. Good job by Reed there. Hustle.
Take a look at the Sarver paving replay. Emmons just tracks it down and throws it right off of Kyvie Roan. Be aware down there in the front row.
That's where Ed Fulton and I used to sit all those years ago, and we were all, I think I played more defensive back on Ed than anything.
My man Ed, I miss Ed.
Me too. Good move by Ediger.
Good patience here by the Arrows. Looking to the corner. He's got Sauter. There it is.
T-bone, three ball, side pocket.
That's okay. That's a great inside out. We were talking about that in the pregame about the keys to the game, and that's okay. You got it inside to Bernie. He kept his eyes up, and then he found Sauter open in the corner. That's a good shot. You got to make him respect that shot.
When you say you want the ball to go in to back out, is that you want that defender to flow down too, and it gives him a little more open look?
Yeah, in theory, and you want to see what they're doing. Are they going to double down? Are they going to dig? Who's going to be open? Are they coming from the backside? Are they coming from the corner? And you want to see where they're rotating from.
Here's the freshman with the ball in his hand for the Tigers.
I mean, when you look at senior, they don't have a post player, a true post player out there, right? So Nathan's a little bit, on his own, and that can be an advantage and a disadvantage at the same time.
Here's
nice
a three
dish.
Ball.
Oh,
the
Brooks.
freshman.
Yeah, Brooks is money out there.
He's wide open.
You give him time. Right, you give him time, Chris, and everybody collapsed in, but you can't lead Brooks.
38% he shoots on the season from the three-point goal and gets that first 3 points to go for himself tonight. Bernie in there with a nice offensive rebound, but doesn't draw a foul.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'll be quick enough to see the replay because here it is. Nathan, you saw him. He just didn't quite gather his feet, Chris, and he didn't quite get himself under control, and you saw him kind of leaning away, falling away, and there might have been some contact, but you're never going to get that call if you're fading away.
Well, this is the thing we noted in the pregame. Senior's going to shoot beyond the arc. They do that really well. You highlighted the stats. The two goals they've made to take a 6-5 lead, both triples.
Yeah, the vast majority of their shots are going to be from long range.
And Kyvie Roan, keep an eye on him, number 13. He can bang down low. He's undersized for a post player, but he does that for Coach Marquise Sykes and gets down low, but can't step out and knock it down here from three ball. No good by Brooks.
You can tell Kalen Brooks has grown up watching Steph Curry. That's what I would say, right? I think that's an inspiration for him right there.
Loose ball on the ground, going to have a jump ball. Ediger wisely gets on that one with Roan. That'll be a jump ball. Arrows will maintain possession.
Good job trying to get the ball inside again, trying to work it inside and out. Nathan needs to be careful. You don't have to put the ball on the floor right away, right? So that's where you need to take that Kodak, take that picture. Oh, wide open, Ediger.
Good play out of bounds.
He's not going to miss that one. Another BB&C Car Care three-pointer.
Arrows take the lead 8-6, 4:10 to go in the comfort control first quarter. Roan now, as I said, post player comes outside with a rock in his hand.
Yeah, Roan also runs the point for them quite a bit, so he's an inside-outside guy, and he's going to fire the three.
Roan knocks that one down. Tigers back in front 9-8.
Yeah, you got to know that you got to have a hand up right there. Tyler's got to know better right there. He's got his hands down at his side.
Little half-court offense here for the Arrows. First time they featured that tonight, and Ediger was running point guard on that, Brandon. Something we usually see Bates do, but Ediger in that role.
Oh, great backdoor cut by Reed Emmons, but Roan saw it.
Good defender. Played a lot of basketball, has Roan. Here's Emmons, three ball, right at the top.
Great look, great look. It's okay that it didn't go. This was another good inside and out and a really nice look. Good job by Reed Emmons to find the lane, get himself open. Keep firing, kid. Jackson
Neighbor going to check in for the big man, Nathan Bernhardt, here with 3:29 to go in the first quarter.
Trying to match up a little small to small here and give Bernie a bit of a break.
Back to Ediger at the point. I think they may want to try and get Bates some open shots. He's been hot so far this season, Brandon.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having Ediger and him out there is they both can handle the ball and handle the point.
Ediger, baseline, back out to Bates. Bates going to let this three ball go.
It's a good look.
Heavy. Tigers running.
Oh, that's a foul. We got away with one.
Brooks, the freshman, yet again to the lane, up and under, and converted.
Oh, that was pretty. Oh, Kalen Brooks showing what he's got out there early on.
Looked like a Rucker Park goal, and Brown steps for Brooks right in the goal, and he might have got it intentional.
Oh, no,
but
that's not a wise foul right there. You don't want to use up a cheapie, if you will. The good news is you didn't allow him to make the shot, so that part is okay, but you picked up kind of a cheap foul right there.
I did that one time, and when I got home, Brad let me know that he didn't think that was quite the right play, but I said, Dad, he didn't make the goal. He had to go earn it at the line. You always told me that was the right play.
Listen, as a guy who played either started or as a sixth man myself, I used up all of my fouls pretty much every game. I mean, that's what they're there for if you use them wisely and surreptitiously, right?
I'm telling you.
You got to know when to use those fouls.
I tackled this human being, and I walked right to the bench. My coach's name was Bear, and I said, Bear, I did what you wanted me to do. And he said, well, you tackled him into the wall, Chris. I said, well, at least he had to make the foul shots.
Was it Dentine?
No, it wasn't quite that bad, but at Jayville, the wall was pretty close to the goal. Here we go. 13-8, 5-point run here, 5-point lead.
I played in a lot of gyms like that.
Oh! Boom, baby. Ediger with the deep ball yet again. He's got 6. Last time we were on air, Ediger went fire for 34. He's off to 6 points already.
Catch and fire, young man, and there's good defense there, and I think that's going to be senior ball off of Garrett Davis. That's the right call right there. Good job by the officials.
I missed the substitution station, Garrett Davis, the 4 S's. Maybe we just start referencing that.
Yeah.
Going to see Max Hool in action on Thursday as the voice of the Falcons joins me to broadcast Arrow Wrestling here.
Oh, boy.
Dual assembly.
Keep the dump button ready.
It's always ready with him, man. There's a
no closeout. Once again, guys, we have to close. I talk about it ad nauseum, right? And you guys hear me talk about it if you watch the broadcast, but you got to close out with a hand up. These guys can shoot it. All of them can shoot it on the floor. That's a foul. Yeah, Brooks got him on the arm. But, Aber did not go out there with the hand up closing out. Make him go to the basket. Right? If you got help behind you, you got to come out and challenge that shot with a hand in the face.
You know what I like about Brooks' game? We haven't seen him, obviously, not even the first quarter yet, but I'll tell you what, he does not look out of place. He doesn't look, Yeah,
he's small. He's slender, but like for a freshman, oh my goodness. But for a freshman, he does not look out of place. He's got the athleticism already to keep up. Now he's only going to get bigger, better, and stronger, and Arrow's.
Now how many points he scored through 4 games?
86.
60.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. I knew there was a 6 involved there.
He's getting over 18 a night. Pretty impressive from the freshman. Looks like Coach Sykes might have his next big league scorer in the freshman Brooks.
Bernie back in and Grayson Baith in for the first time.
Like to see that.
Sid Suds.
Substitution station.
Substitution station. We got to do something different with that next year. That's too many S's, my friend.
There's a triple.
Well, again,
good, converted.
Again,
Pearson.
Look, Jameer Pearson, you got to know, right? You got to know these guys are going to launch it, man. You got to know.
Great backdoor cut.
Oh, nice cut by Grayson. Oh, he's out of control, though.
Bernie, good rebound. Going to call a travel double dribble on the big man.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. I mean, Jameer Pearson has only played in a couple games, but he is 2 for 4 from three-point land entering tonight. So you got to know those numbers. Those are the things that when you have stats from the other team, they all share stats in the OCC, but you should know, hey, this kid can shoot the basketball. And if you have film, you've seen him shoot the basketball, and you should have a scouting report on each guy, right? It doesn't have to be, this isn't college level. It's not pro level. They don't have time to go over scouting reports in depth, but you can at least look at the numbers and know, hey, yeah, we got to close out on these guys.
Ediger is out for the time being. Baith back to his familiar point guard spot.
Quick first quarter so far, Chris.
Absolutely. Limited fouls, limited stoppage. Big man, Bernie, out beyond the arc. Here's a wide open. Yeah, just didn't take it. Grayson Baith had an opportunity there.
Oh, wow, great catch. That's a travel. Yeah, that's a travel. That's a great pass. I mean, just a fantastic entry pass on that lob into Nathan. But they dug, and all of a sudden it was triple down on Nathan. He's got to keep that ball up. That's a tough play right there. There's a timeout on the floor. It's a 30. We will keep it here.
Connery Manufacturing timeout called by Coach Jason Hess of the Arrows. Coach Hess in his 10th season, man in the sidelines here for the Arrows inside Arrow Arena.
10 years is a long run.
It is.
That's a long run anywhere.
103 and 107 in his career here inside Arrow Arena and on the road. And second longest tenured basketball coach here for the Arrows behind Jim Barr.
Yeah, I don't know Jim Bard and know him, but I know Coach Hess has had a nice run here coming off of Coach Freilich's staff. And congratulations, by the way, to Robin Freilich and her Michigan State Spartans, who are off to the best start in Spartan history, undefeated, and I believe number 15 in the nation now.
I would tell you this, that she's auditioning for her next job, whether that would be Duke or Tennessee or South Carolina, but I can promise you they are home, they are where they want to be, and that is her dream job, and she happened to land it south of 40 years old.
Yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere.
They're going nowhere.
Maybe the WNBA would be the only potential spot that she would really even think about. And I haven't asked her about that, to be honest, but I think that would be the only place that you would want to go from there.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I interviewed Tim on the broadcast for football last year, and I asked him that pointed question. He said, no, we're home. We're staying right here.
Well, if Detroit gets a WNBA franchise, though, right, there's, I mean, just think about that, because they used to have one, then they lost it. They moved to Vegas, I believe. So
they got enough money to get a franchise in Detroit? Can he buy the Browns too?
I mean,
I was hoping the rules.
Well, I was
hoping
the
baseball team. Just buy them all.
I was hoping we would, reinvent or bring back the Rockers, which was a great nickname. They had the guitar. That was cool.
That was.
But it was just a little bit ahead of its time, and it failed here because of attendance. But I think it would do well now.
Dan Gilbert to make it successful. Reed at the line for the second Connery Manufacturing charity toss. He gets that to go. He's got 4 points, and the Tigers have a 9-point lead. 40 seconds to go in the Comfort Control first quarter.
Cheapy foul in the backcourt by Rashad Reed Jr. That's his first. That's just the second foul on the TY Tigers. 5
in total between both squads. As you mentioned, a quick contest. Here comes Brooks back at the Sid Sud substitution station. I'm going to keep saying it's in my crawl, so here it is.
Yeah, man.
Grayson Bates going to be side-out trigger man here, looking to get the ball into his brother.
Well, don't forget you can watch the games over at the South Street Grill.
Emmons goes right to the goal. No call, no block, no charge. Shocking. I thought they'd call something. Emmons doesn't get it to go, and the Tigers in a hurry, but they do turn it over. Bates comes back the other way. Bates, nice shake and bake on Roan. 20 seconds to go. Arrows likely hold it for one shot here to close out the quarter. We'll see if they can't get a high ball screen. They do just that with the younger Bates. And the Arrows turn it over. Bates gets it back. Good job. 5 seconds. 4 seconds.
Oh, that little guy almost got it.
Turnover, out of bounds. Tigers basketball. 1.1 on the clock. Arrows in a 9-point deficit.
Yeah, not great, Bob, as they say. Not great. End of the
Senior
first
high
quarter.
content to let that one stay there, but for just good luck, Pearson lets her rip there from the timing line, gets it to go. 20-11, the Arrows trail the Tigers. We'll be right back right after this.
Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors, CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show.
We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Welcome back to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network. I'm Chris Mallory. That's Brandon Wells. We're on a Tuesday night live inside Arrow Arena, where the Tigers of Mansfield Senior High School have a 20-11 lead on our hometown Arrows. And Brandon, 8 minutes reset on the Spring-Smith second quarter clock. What do you need to do if you're the Arrows to get back in this contest?
You got to stop turning the ball over. We're in a 2-3 zone right now coming out, which is interesting against a team that shoots the 3 well, because usually 2-3 zone is the opposite of what you would run against a team that shoots the 3 well. But sometimes you come out of that, out of a timeout or out of a break just to do it for a possession to mix them up, because they're thinking you're coming out in a man. So it's okay. You just better make sure you're closing out well.
Good dish by Roan. Here's Pearson. A triple on the corner, in and out.
Again, we gave an open 3 right there. I mean, we're lucky that Pearson just rimmed it out.
Bates from Minnesota.
That's not a good shot. Sorry, I know he can shoot it, but that's not a good shot on your first possession of the second quarter, down 9, to shoot it from 7 feet behind the three-point line with no other touch in the offense.
Or the Land O'Lakes. Ball out of bounds. Arrows under the goal. Baith into Bernhard. Bernhard into paint. Little spin move up. Doesn't get that one to go. Good rebound by the big man. Back up and in. Bernhard goes to the line for 1.
Sarver Paving replay on that one. And a great job by Nathan Bernhard, staying aggressive, and that's what you wouldn't have seen from him last year. And right there, that's a big difference. He's stronger, he's more confident. The first shot, not a great shot, didn't get his shoulder squared, but he stuck with it and went after it. Good
job. Here's the thing, you look at Bernhard, you say, oh man, he's big, he's the upper body. But no, the tree trunks down there in the thighs and the calves, he's a big, big dude.
He sure is.
Built from the top down. Bernhard in and out. Now the Arrows trail by 7. Brooks, 3-ball, side pocket. Go ahead and count that one.
Why are we running to cover that with our arms down, guys?
Arrows down by 10. Baith to the goal. Nice off the glass. Bank shot courtesy of Rob Ward and Ward Real Estate.
Well, that was a marvelous take to the basket right there by Gabe Baith, and we'll take it. But you can't trade 3s for 2s, Chris. That's not good math, even for a journalism major.
I defer all math to you, unless it's margin and figuring royalties.
We need Tony to do the math.
Yeah, that's right.
Tony Van Dyne, our football analyst.
He's the human walking Excel spreadsheet. 23-15, senior high. Brooks, guess what? From Minnesota, boom, 3 more.
Well, Grayson closed out on him there, just a little late. And he doesn't need any time.
13 from the freshman. He can let it go. You said Steph Curry. He plays just like him. He catches and shoots, and it is out of his hand in a hurry. Baith answers with another 2. That's now 7 points for the junior.
Gabe's just bigger and stronger this year and more confident on that inside job right there. And you see it on his...
Box out, gentlemen.
Yep, you can't give multiple opportunities against a good team. Reed's going to take it to the hoop.
Roan, right spot, right time. Off the glass, off the cylinder, back off the cylinder, and down through. Give him 2 more and give the Tigers an 11-point lead. 5 points for Roan. Thought Baith may have taken it to the goal there, Brandon.
Well, he definitely got away with the travel, and that's what the senior Tiger fans were hoping for. He definitely got away with one right there.
Since substitution back in the contest, Jaden Smith and taking a seat, Brooks Jr.
Does Pax Ediger have 2 fouls?
Pax Ediger, I've got him down for 1. 5:36 to go, 11-point Tiger lead.
Huh.
Slowly walking the ball up here is the Tigers. I always feel like they're out of sync when they're just kind of walking the ball up because they just want to run, man.
Moving screen right there by Roan. Trying to get Brooks open. Sorry, Chris.
That's okay. First foul for Roan. He's got 5 points to go along with that single foul. Tyler Sauter going to trigger it inside his bench.
And here's that full court pressure that Vip talked about in the pregame that we expected to see. Coming from behind on Reed.
Sauter wide open.
Yeah, good hand check call right there by the officials.
Jaden Smith picks up his first foul. Pax Ediger right on cue. You asked for it, here he comes.
You asked for it, you got it.
Grayson Baith going to take a seat. Good minutes given by the sophomore. Ediger does have 2 fouls. Baith, stop, pop right in the middle of the lane. Doesn't get it. Bernie right there. Good job. Excellent job by Bernhard coming down that offensive glass.
Great job. Keep the ball up, turn, jump hook, baby hook right there, and you'll score and get fouled. Don't put the ball on the floor when you're 3 feet from the rim. It's a great rebound, Chris. I'm just saying that's the next step that he needs to take right there.
Jaden Smith, back-to-back plays, has picked up his 2nd foul for the Tigers. Tigers up to 4 team fouls here in the second quarter early, 5:12 to go. Sprang Smith, second quarter. Bernie backing him down. There it is again. Yep. That is 3 fouls and 3 possessions here on Smith.
Well, we talked about this in the pregame, right? That we have a definitive size advantage when Bernie is in there. And if we can continue to kind of clear some space for him like there, then he can work his game and get himself inside. Now he's going to go to the line.
Keep in mind, big deal. They're down Nye Pettyday, who's normally a starter. They insert Jaden Smith now with 3 fouls into the starting lineup. So they're going to be down a little bit. Their rotation's going to change a little bit. Andrew Brooks Jr. comes in for him. He's got 3 points on the night.
Arrows in the bonus now as well.
Bernie at the Connery Manufacturing stripe. First toss up and heavy. Doesn't get that one to go. He'll have one more. Arrows down 11 with 5:09 to go on the Sprang Smith. Second quarter.
We're not listing the bonus up there, and so my interface is messed up. So
Bernie gets it to go. 5 points. Sometimes there's technical issues, folks. It happens. We do our best to effort it. My buddy over here, BW's got 3 cameras going in a high school basketball game. I can promise you that doesn't happen in Division II. 3 ball. Guess what, Brandon? Knock that down. Reed yet again. That's 7 points for him.
Yeah, Reed knocks that down even after kind of twisting an ankle a little bit right there. That's a tough shot. A little out of control for Gabe.
Here comes the Tigers. Another triple. Guess what? Here it goes. A little heavy. Baith, good job. Right spot, pulls that rebound down, and the Arrows in a hurry. It packs Ediger up off the glass. Converted. 2 more points. Arrows cut it to an 11-point lead.
Fantastic bounce pass by Gabe Baith. Turned that corner and got himself downfield, if you will, and made a tremendous pass to Ediger, and it was a bounce pass. I'd love to see it.
Brooks is human. He missed. Reed. One bounce and up off the glass, maybe? Take
Yeah,
to the
you
rack.
either got to get all the way in or you take it when you caught it because you were wide open.
Good job. Nice box out there by Reed Emmons on Brooks. Always that play always kind of makes me say, what in the world? Will they
Trying to
slow
draw
up and draw a cheapie?
Yeah, trying to draw a cheap foul. I get it.
Playing chess out there is the junior golfer. 1 man for the Arrows.
Oh, my.
Whoa!
Yes!
That's from California!
Sir!
That's Ediger! Give him 3 more. 11 for the junior.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Arrows cut it down to 8. Roan, as you mentioned earlier, running point. 6'1" senior. Been a dynamic player for a lot of years for Coach Sykes over there in the Tigers. That's a wide open 3. We're just letting him take it, Brandon.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Yes, Andrew Brooks Jr. I'm surprised he didn't let her fly. He's got 2 of them already. This cat's going to take it, though. Right
was off his
there
foot.
to Jaden Goings.
Oh.
He thought he was going to pick it.
Well, I thought it went off of Brooks' foot. No, I think somebody popped it out. It was hard to see even on the replay.
How about the young JG flashing the hands, man? Right down there in the Sarver Paving student section with the Grinch sweater.
Wow.
Grinch.
He's got some super hair going tonight.
He's got a super stash. Like Johnny Flash.
Roan splits the defenders, but just can't put it in.
Arrows running. Ediger back over half court. Here's a 3. Ooh, Tyler Sauter pulls it down, goes to the rack. Nice job of turnover, backcourt violation. We got something cool to let the viewers in on here once we go to break.
We do?
Yeah, one next stoppage, we're going to go. They're going to hear the biggest, littlest fan in all of Ashland, Ohio.
The fight song.
Now they're all wondering what's going on. 2:59 to go, Sprang Smith second quarter. Tigers up by 8. I'm impressed with this freshman, Brandon. He can go.
He's good.
He good.
He good.
He
Yeah,
good. He got 13 already.
He's impressive, and you're right.
He's going to be dangerous in the OCC for some time to come.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's, I think, only going to get better, right? I mean, he still can get a little thicker, a little stronger. But for freshmen,
Devontae Johnson in the corner. Couldn't get any closer to the corner. Gabe Davis not able to pull that one down, but Reed Emmons does.
those corner threes are technically the highest percentage threes.
Nice pass, nice cut.
There it
Ediger,
is.
2 more with a foul.
Boom.
Going to the Connery Manufacturing stripe for 1 more.
That is court vision and awareness by both Gabe Baith and Pax Ediger. Pax running the lanes on the far side, getting himself open on the backside, and Gabe having the wherewithal to keep his head up, keep his eyes down court, and know I've got Ediger on a fly pattern. I'm going to bounce it to him, and a beautiful bounce pass.
That reminded me of Lady Arrows head coach Renee Holt when she used to throw those skip passes from about 60 feet on one hopper's Jody Johnson streaking for the AU Eagles.
Yeah, I think I was getting the last pass confused because I think that was a chest pass. You're right. It does have some of those kind of eerie memories of that. You're right.
Thank you.
That was a travel. Got away with that one.
Roan back out. Good check by Garrett Davis. Roan pulls him back out to the Arrowhead. Brooks. Foul. Got away with it. He wants that shot, Brandon. He takes 2 steps back just like Curry. He wants it.
He does a really nice job of stopping and starting and using his hesitation. And just like I said, it's clearly he's patterned his game some after Curry, because that's the kind of stuff and the moves that you see, and he works so hard. And you can tell Kalen Brooks has worked incredibly hard on his game.
You know what he does so well for a young guy is he keeps his dribble. He does not pick it up at all unless he's ready to either make a triple threat, a pass, a jump shot, take it to the goal, whatever. At least that's what this untrained basketball mind thought.
No, you're right. He
14
does.
for
No,
Brooks.
you're right. You are 100% correct.
Guess what? He's automatic and striped, too. That's 15 already. Just under 2 minutes to go. Sprang Smith, second quarter. Reminder, halftime Jazz Band, the undefeated Jazz Band inside Arrow Arena. Going to be brought to you by the Bill Harris dealerships here at halftime. Uninterrupted coverage.
It's,
Arrows need a goal in the
that.
worst way.
Oh. And Davis saw Baith. Oh, there's an open three.
Corner pocket.
Oh. Bad luck right there, because we knocked it away from our own guy. Oh,
Roan. I
that
thought that was a charging. You're going to say that foul is on Gabe Baith. That'll give you a goal in for Roan and one more at the line.
Well, here, yeah, I caught it a little late. I mean, the problem there is if you're going to get down there, you have to get there and get set and take a charge and fall. You can't do what just happened. Even if he ran you over, you're rarely ever going to get that call, Chris. So you got to get there, plant your feet, and be willing to sacrifice your body and take one for the team and go down.
Roan converts, 10-point lead for the Tigers. Roan now with 8 points in the first half. Three ball, Emmons right at the top of the key, a little offside, and Bernhard trying to get that rebound, but it goes off his fingertips to be Tiger basketball.
You know, the only problem with that shot is you got one guy underneath right there. So you only have one guy underneath and everybody out around the perimeter. So if we're not going to crash the boards on that, we have to wait for a better shot then. Reed's shot's just a little flat tonight again. He's got to get that ball up and higher. He's got to elevate and get the elbow up and keep finishing high like you're the old school cookie jar, right? You got to finish high with that follow through.
Tigers looked content to possibly take the last shot here.
No way.
Brooks, floater off the glass, no good. Arrows pull that rebound out. Gabe Baith over to Garrett Davis in the side. He's a little heavy.
Well, he rushed it.
Nothing.
He rushed it, and Gabe was actually probably a split second late. That's where he has to catch and look. Instead, he put it on the floor. Then he sent it to the corner, and I think by then Garrett felt the pressure coming from underneath. If Gabe's able to catch that ball and hit him right away, right, then you're going to get a better look.
Jameer Pearson running point for the Tigers. There's a pick way up high and going to the goal, but out of bounds goes the basketball. Whose ball is it,
No
Brandon?
whistle, no nothing.
Whose ball? Whose ball? Somebody's got to have the ball. This Arrow basketball. Offense, defense being played by Coach Sauter and Coach Hess. Into the game, Paxetti out of the game, Grayson Baith.
Officials have been really good so far.
Yeah, I agree with you. We could have this crew every game. I'd be happy.
Game's not over yet, so.
That's a good point. Ediger wide open. Doesn't get it to go. Roan in a hurry. Back the other way. 2 steps through the lane. No good. Rebound pulled down, and here come the Arrows. Shake and bake, baby. Bernhard spin move. Sauter inside the stripe. Doesn't get it to go. Oh, we just can't get a goal to go, Brandon. We've been stuck on 26 points for a while.
Well, we've taken some tough shots. We've had a couple good looks from 3 that just haven't been able to fall. And offensively, this is where you have to have a couple set plays when you're struggling to go into and say, hey, let's run whatever it is so that, you know, you can get yourself a better look.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Here we go. 3 ball in the side. No good. 36-26. Tigers have the lead over the Arrows. Brandon, quick thoughts.
Well, look, we're only down 10 because we're not shooting the basketball well, but part of that, again, is shot selection, moving the basketball a little bit better. And we did a better job there later in the second quarter defensively at closing out. We gave up a lot in that first quarter.
Jazz Band time. Undefeated Jazz Band brought to you by Bill Harris dealerships with locations in Ashland and Loudonville. Chevrolet to Dodge to Ford to Jeep and quality pre-owned vehicles. Check out Bill Harris dealerships for your one-stop shop here in Ashland and Loudonville.
first RE/MAX Showcase Showtime half-court shot for $100, Mateo Stevenson. Sponsored by Mr. Justin Blair. Mateo, good luck, buddy. It's for $100. You got this. Oh, good effort. Mateo, stop over at the scores table to pick up your consolation prize. Thank you to Mr. Justin Blair. The $100 rolls over to the next home game. It'll be worth $200. Right, Justin?
Welcome back to Arrow Arena. Under a minute to go on the clock until we get the third quarter presented by Sprank Smith underway. Brandon, Arrows down by 10. I asked you before we went off air for the halftime to watch the Jazz Band presented by Bill Harris Dealerships. You had 10 minutes to think about it. Anything different, or what do you say to your squad there at halftime?
You know, I got to tell you, that was a rough one offensively. We held them to 36 points because our defense in the second quarter was markedly better. But offensively, Chris, you got to come out here with a bit different strategy. When we pounded it inside, it's been Bernie at the low post. I would really think about maybe sliding him to the high post a little bit more. You know, he's a quarterback, right?
He's good.
So what better guy to put at that high post and maybe get him the ball up there to turn and square and to see you've got guys going into the corners, you got some cutters. I would try to move him around and maybe bring him up to the high post. Defensively, you did a much better job, like I said, in the second quarter there, closing out, and obviously keeping an eye on Kalen Brooks, who's just been fabulous so far tonight with 15 of their 36.
Well, I was going to highlight the two scorers, one for the Arrows and one for the Tigers. The freshman Kalen Brooks averages a little over 18. He's got 15 in the first half. Pax Ediger averages 18 on the button. He's got 14 for the Arrows here at half. So the two scorers doing their part, but a little more scoring on the side of the Tigers as they have a 10-point lead as we get the third quarter underway. Arrows in the half-court set. A couple guys out beyond the arc. Looking for Bernie down low. Back out to Reed. Back into Bernie. Nice move on the big man. A little short on that toss. In transition, Kyvie Roan.
Clear out.
Charge. Roan, foul, second of the game.
Great job by Pax Ediger right there to get himself out in front, especially he's got 2 fouls, so you got to know, I better be sure on this, right? Gets himself in great position, slides his feet, keeps his hands outside, and does a great job taking a charge. Now full court pressure here. You got a stack for the Arrows up top with Emmons, Baith, and Ediger.
Well, this is what we expected to see all game long. The freshman Brooks is guarding the inbound pass, but they do get that into Baith pretty easily. Token full court press here by the Tigers. Goal to goal, no good.
I'm not sure what he was doing on that one.
Sauter, a little heavy on that one, but gets his own rebound.
Good hustle.
Baith all the way to the goal. Nice job of taking that off the Ward Real Estate bank shot.
There it is, our good friends at Ward Realty. CBWard.com.
Get it out! Bernhard, I don't agree with that. That was all ball.
Chris, I want to go back to that last play. Tyler, who is struggling here offensively, I'm going to give him our Bo Lacey hustle play of the game, which is our post-game award, but I'm giving it to him right now.
Love it.
We can talk about it again later, but I'll tell you, anytime you go after your shot, get a rebound, get an assist on a shot to the corner, good work, young man.
At the stripe for the Tigers, converted by Roan. That's his.
And we know Tyler's not one of our better offensive players, and he doesn't have to be. That's not his job. So he has to know if his shot's not falling, hey, I got to get it to other guys. I got to do other things. I got to play defense as well as I can. I got to rebound. I got to pass the ball. Those are the things that he can bring to the table tonight.
Roan converts both. Conner Manufacturing tosses give him 10. He's now in double figures. He averages that for the season. Baith back out to Ediger. Ediger going to drive. Spin move. Left hand up off the glass. Doesn't get it to go. Here's a wide open cherry picker. Kalen Brooks going to go off the glass. 2 more for the freshman. Give him 17. Here's that full court press we expected to see.
Unfortunate there. Don't take the ball out underneath the basket.
Baith is able to get to the rack pretty easily here against this Tiger defense, just not getting those bunnies to go.
Great job by Tyler. Little floater by Pax, yes sir.
Timeout called by Coach Jason Hess, 32nd timeout. We'll leave it right here. The Arrows close it up to a 10-point lead. Ediger now with 16. The freshman on the other side has 17. Brandon, a little better mojo here to start in the third quarter for the Arrows.
Yeah, yep, I like it. The energy's there right now. You've cut it to 10, minute and a half in, but you got to be careful forcing the ball in to Nathan Bernhardt, right? He's not going to be the be-all, end-all offensively interior. We need to utilize him and his ability to pass the basketball, but that is something we haven't quite seen yet here tonight. Hopefully that will happen. We need another scorer to step up, Chris. We need a third guy to step up and score some points out here tonight, because right now you've got Ediger with 16, you got Gabe Baith with 9, and then Bernie with 5, and that's it. I mean, that's it. That's all. We have 3 guys that have scored, and one of them has 5. So we need another guy to step up here offensively.
You can see the Assignments and Construction Services scoreboard on screen says Tigers 40, Arrows 30. 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the Spring-Smith third quarter. Jazz Band was good at halftime.
Undefeated.
That's it. That's how we do it. Miss the Jazz Band every game.
I will tell you, well, it's good because they get to play some of the girls' games
Yeah, we
now,
get to bring
too.
them that, too.
Yep.
3 ball. Brooks Jr., no good. Rebound. Reed Emmons.
Good look to
Sauter.
Sauter.
Triple. Corner. Count it. 3 more.
Great
Sauter.
job.
7-point lead for the Tigers.
And that's when Tyler is in his best offensively as far as shooting the basketball on a catch and a shot right away with no dribble, nothing off the dribble, not driving to the basket, a spot-up shooter.
Tyler's played hard all night. I just don't like that he doesn't have any fouls. I mean, it's time to start using some of those babies. There's a block. Oh, my goodness. Faith was set.
Wow.
Whoa.
Here it is on the Sarver paving replay. That's a bad call, guys. He missed that one. All right, they've been good tonight. These guys have been good tonight. We'll give them a little grace, but that was one he missed. A good job right there by Gabe Baith, and I think Coach Hess is going to see that one on replay and go, oh, yeah, they missed it, right? Yeah, he definitely missed it. If Coach Hess looked up here, I was going to give him the charge call so he could see we saw it on replay.
I just gave it to him twice.
Well, that's a big play, too. You got, that's you cut it to 7, and now you give him a chance to get it right back to 10, but ball don't lie, as people are yelling. It's bad grammar, though.
We've heard a lot of lying today, or a lot of yelling, I should say. Not lying, but yelling.
Good hustle by Pax. Tracking that one down.
Gabe Baith over here, wide open in the
backside
corner.
helps right there. That's not the pass because they were going to rotate down. The pass is going to be out on the wing. That's a foul.
Yep, that's 3. That's 3 for Baith.
Well, I think you got to leave him in because he's one of your scorers. I think you got to leave him in the ballgame.
I would agree. Arrows down by 9, 5:15 to go in the Spring-Smith third quarter. Edgar continuing his good play of scoring the basketball, bringing up 16 points for the Arrows. Tell me how you really feel.
That's his job.
Yep,
And
9-point lead. Triple. Brooks Jr., no good. Good job of boxing out by the Arrows. Excellent job. Edgar in a hurry, up off the glass. 2 more. Ooh, it didn't go. I thought it was in.
Fall.
Announcer's curse. My bad.
No, that was a good move to the basket. Good decision by Paxton. Really nice job by Kalen Brooks, by the way, of getting there and then getting out of the way.
Devontae Johnson catches nothing but a cold.
You got numbers. Now you don't. They caught up. Ooh, we got lucky on that one. Good job by Pax going to the hoop.
18 for Edgar, his season average. Carson O'Brien going to check in at the Sid Sud substitution station.
You like saying that, actually. I think.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. It's catchy, jingly.
Superheated power washing.
Superheated water.
Probably not doing that this time of year.
Nah,
but
well, if you do, you better use superheated water because you're going to have a problem. If you don't, you'll be spitting ice.
And we got.
I don't know what we got.
Kick.
They're just going to say it's senior basketball.
He said it was a kick.
Okay, I missed that.
A good double right there by Nathan Bernhardt. Good read on that. And he's going to check out. Carson O'Brien's going to check in for the first time, I think, here at the Sid Suds substitution table. And Bernie will get a break with 4:11 to go here in the third corner.
Station, Brandon, station. Substitution station. It's like the train depot. Take him to the train station if you like Yellowstone.
I've never seen it.
Oh, my.
Too much violence.
Yeah, no, it's fabulous.
I'm a pacifist, Chris.
No, don't say that about yourself. Run to the goal off the glass. No good.
Except when it comes to officials.
I asked Sauter to get a foul. He did just that, but unfortunately going to send Roan to the Connery Manufacturing stripe for 2. Roan's a good player. He's been, I've said it before, I'll say it again, he's been a good player for a long time in this conference.
Yeah, and he's gotten himself in really good condition, too. You can tell he's trimmed down, he's strong, he's gotten himself in good shape, and he's a really good ball player out there.
I don't recall Kyvie Roan playing football.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Looks like he could do that just fine, too, with that frame.
How about Chokey Bradley stepping down?
Yeah, Chokey had a great run over there.
That's a big job down there, up for grabs. We'll see if any
former local people might apply.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, good hands, Pax. Good job ripping that ball out of there.
Sauter in a hurry.
You got numbers.
Here we go, 3 ball.
Yeah, now they catch up.
He was going to catch it and let it go. Garrett Davis, corner, three ball, book that baby.
Well, there's
Davis
your offense.
Three.
And that's what he can bring you off the bench right there. Instant offense. And the Arrows need it tonight.
Arrows cut it down to a 6 or 5 point lead. That's
Great
a big deal.
Ball movement by the Tigers.
Brooks,
that was
more.
a clinic in running the basketball and moving the basketball. Drive to the hoop. We cut it off. They skip it out. One more to the corner. Brooks hits the three. That is a clinic in moving the basketball right there, Chris. I could show that at every level and say, guys, this is what happens, and this is why you drive to the basket, you draw the attention, and then you kick it out. And now we've got a guy outside who had a decent shot. He passed up a decent shot for a great shot in the corner, and Brooks knocks it down. It's the highest percentage three you can take is the one from the corner because it's the shortest one, and it's the most likely to go in.
Well, we had a 5 point lead. The Arrows had cut it to 5, and that Brooks triple kicks it back out to 8.
Well, and it started with defensively us not cutting off the baseline, really. So O'Brien in the corner, he closes into the corner, and he gets too close, actually, and he doesn't angle his hips and his shoulders back towards the middle, doesn't put a foot on the baseline. Instead, his man goes right around him on the baseline, and that sets up the whole thing, and then you're in trouble because you're playing a man down.
Nathan Bernhardt back into the game for the Arrows. 3:35 to go in the Frank Smith third quarter. Full court pressure here by Senior High. Gabe Baith running point guard duties. Garrett Davis at the top. Going to let another three ball go. Just a little bit short. Good job of Pax Ediger with a rebound. Davis going to put that floater up, give him 5 points.
Look, I'd go with the hot hand with him. I'd leave him in there. I know he's not your best defensive player, but you got to take some lumps with the young man who can score.
I subscribe to that theory too. Like if you got a rotation that's working right there, leave him in.
Jameer Pearson can shoot the basketball, gentlemen. Right? I mean,
2 triples.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you gotta know. You gotta know. You can't leave those guys open.
Who's your favorite outfit down there in the student section presented by Sarver Paving down there with the Christmas theme?
Oh, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, let's have a look-see at that thing. We got some Santa. We got a couple guys didn't get the memo. They're in the top. A couple ladies in the middle. 3 ball, no
we
good.
We needed that one. Yeah,
nice
that's a
box
foul
out.
on Garrett. Yep, good box out by Jameer Pearson, right? Like that's textbook right there. That's a good question. I do like the sweater by Goings.
Yeah, that's hot.
Mateo Hendershot actually
he's lighting up.
He's lighting up. It might be him, and he missed the half quarter badly at half.
I might go with Cameron Cox, who looks like she's just gotten up on December 25th to go open the presents with that robe thing she's wearing.
Oh, I didn't even recognize her down there. It's so funny when you see the young ladies outside of basketball uniforms. It's a little different.
St. Paul out of bounds. Going to go back
they
to
don't
the
have
Arrows.
a number on. I can't,
Where were we at? We were somewhere.
Oh, and Cam came up to me, and I was like, hi, I'm Brandon
hey,
Wells.
And
and
she's like, I talked to you before. Oh, yeah, no, I knew who you were. You just didn't have your jersey on.
I
It
felt
took
like
me a
an
second.
idiot. It happens a lot, Chris. Just ask my wife. That's all right. It's okay.
Meanwhile, the Arrows in a 9-point hole, 2:35 to go in the Frank Smith third quarter.
It's a big possession. You need a bucket here. Well, and they're going to let you go to the basket. Wow, that's a heck of a block, but you get it back, so it doesn't matter. Skip!
Davis to the goal, up off the glass, bank shot. Ward Real Estate Bank is open. Good job.
Now, you might have heard me yell skip because he had Gabe Baith on the cross-court pass for a 3, but a good take to the basket. It's warm in here tonight, Chris.
I think we might start getting some at Coach Wells and at Maury Chris tweets if we didn't recognize some of their offspring down there in the Sarver Paving student section saying, hey, I spent $90 on that sweater, man. You got to give me a little credit.
Good box out by Grayson Baith. Got to get a bucket here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Close to getting a timeout called by Marquise Sykes, so I would suggest 5-point lead now just for the Tigers. 20 points.
Yeah, he should have called one.
Oh, they're going to call a foul. No, they're going to call a jump ball. Sorry, missed it.
Yeah, and I think Coach Sykes was going to try to let him play through it in his 10th year. How about that?
100 wins on Saturday.
10th year for him, is that right? Or 100 wins, 8 years and 100 wins, that's what I was thinking.
16th as an HC, 8 at senior high school.
Where was he before?
Don't ask questions if you don't know the answers.
I don't know. You're right. I thought you would know. You generally know all of those kinds of things.
I try to do some homework, but
it
I
is
didn't
hard
do
to
the
find
homework there.
Well, it's hard to find those things at the high school level.
Listen,
we don't have a
SBC.
We don't have but we don't have a sports information director like Dusty Sloan.
Right,
giving us
he's legendary.
he's
really legendary. Like, you talk about Ashland legends.
Yeah, you got Dan Chandler, you got Dusty Sloan,
right.
Dave Honecker,
Steve Paramore,
yeah,
John T-Van. There's a bunch of them. Tigers with a 5-point lead, 1:39 to go. I don't know what the problem was there with the ball out of bounds, but the Tigers get it in. Roan back to point guard duties.
Got to stay strong defensively here. You've cut it to 5.
Oh, no. Another triple look and converted for these Tigers. Brooks Jr., give him 8 points. That was a killer, Brandon. Just felt like we were closing it up a little bit there, and then they just get that 3-point dagger.
Well, look, I get it. He's not the best shooter on that squad, and for Bernie to stay back, but somebody has to at least put some pressure on that. You give any of these guys on the floor an open 3, they're going to make it.
Bernhard strong to the goal.
A lot of contact on that one. I thought Bernie got fouled on that one. Good take to the basket. Solid drive. A lot of contact.
Listen, just like Coach Hess told us last game, he's the biggest cat on the floor, and he goes in there, and they just don't see it.
They're letting him play here today. These guys have done a pretty good job.
Well, for the most part. Under a minute to go. Sprang Smith, third quarter, 8 points, lead for the Tigers.
Yeah, you need to stop here.
Brooks not on the floor here for the Tigers as we wind down the third quarter.
Oh, great look underneath.
Boy,
we got lost on the backside. The double came, and we didn't rotate down on the backside. You got to protect the basket at all costs.
Ediger to the goal. Floater, good. Give him 22.
That's a really big answer right there to cut it back to 8.
Huge.
You got to get a stop here.
You can't walk, steps, get it to him.
Nah, you can't play basket. You can't play defense with your arms, right? And Grayson's too good of an athlete to do what he just did there, right? You got to slide your feet. You got to slide your feet. You got to stay ahead.
Reed Emmons going to check in here after this.
Am I right?
First shot.
I mean,
yes.
He's one of the best athletes in the school, and right there, you got to stay a half step ahead and slide your feet and stay in front.
First toss up. Friendly rim. That's that rim that's given us problems all year here for the hometown. That left goal.
Yeah.
Roan up to 12 points.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
My note here says he's a double-double machine. I would agree with that, Brandon. He's now got 12 points. I'd suggest he's got at least 10 boards. Kyvie Roan.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have stats, but we don't have any.
9-point lead for the Tigers, 23.7 ticks. Roan's second toss, no good. Sauter working and pulled down by Garrett Davis.
That was lucky we got that rebound. We did not hold box outs there. Come on, guys. Keep it together now.
Arrows, huge possession right here.
Yeah, it'd be a nice cut it down to 6 here.
10 seconds to go. Baith.
That's a foul. A lot of hand contact. Oh, good
nice
look.
Job. Pax Ediger gets 2 more to go. 7-point lead. Stop him here. Half quarter by Roan. No good. Thank goodness. Hey, a win in the third quarter. We close it up to 7. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter presented by Comfort Control right after this.
The most trusted and efficient construction company in the region, with a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion. Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come to the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland. Official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screen. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland. Steaks, seafood, hand patty, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. For everyone in a completely renovated historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Time.
I told you we'd have a surprise for you, and we did just that. That was Hudson Farver, the biggest, littlest Ashland Arrows fan in all the land, singing the Arrows fight song. Arrows down by 7 here in the fourth quarter, presented by Comfort Control. Need a bucket right here, Brandon.
Yeah, coming out of the timeout, you drew up something good, and there it is.
Oh.
Good drive to the basket, but some contact, and Gabe Baith will go to the line to shoot 2.
Terrific take by the junior Baith. His game has really evolved from last year. Like, he was never afraid to take a shot, never really afraid to take it to the rack, but he's going to the rack now. He's getting his body squared, his shoulders squared to the goal. He's just stronger, bigger, and he's able to finish a little better here at the rim under contact.
Yeah, but when you're down 7, the margin gets smaller, right? But yeah, you're right. He's made a great leap from last year and doing really well out here tonight. And got to make our free throws here down the stretch, though. Tired legs.
Baith gets that one to go. He's got 10 now on the night. Averages 13 for the year. 6-point lead for the Tigers. Huge stop here potentially for the Arrows.
Could be the Bo Lacey turning point here. We need one right about now because you're starting to run out of time.
3-ball
piece of
blocked.
it. Yeah, Bernie
Bernie
got a piece of that one.
Good job of keeping that one in. Baith is in a hurry, wants to run. He's got Edgar on the wing. Edgar, a little floater. Go ahead and knock that one down. Give the young man 26 points on the night.
Really wise decision right there by Paxton. Know who he is and have the confidence to go at it.
Connery Manufacturing called by Marquis Sykes and the Tigers, Brandon. Huge turning point, maybe just what you were expecting. We'll keep it right here, talk about it. What are you saying if you're Coach Sykes and Coach Hess right here in his 30-second timeout?
Well, Coach Hess should be really excited about what just happened here in the first 40 seconds. You've cut it to 4. You're saying more of this. Hey, let's see, they might change it up here coming out of the timeout. Let's be ready for anything. If you're Coach Sykes, you're saying, hey, guys, it's okay. We're still up 4. No need to panic. We're the better team. That's what you tell your guys, right? Take a deep breath. Get Kyvie Roan back there with the basketball at the top, and let's try to get a shot for Kalen Brooks because he hasn't had a shot in about 4 or 5 minutes.
Well, he hadn't played for 3 of those 4 or 5.
Correct. So you want to try to draw something up right here for him.
Kalen Brooks not yet shown on the scorer's table that he's in the game.
Yeah, and he's not at the table, so
really
I don't know that he had checked in because, yeah, he's still not back in there.
Arrows going to find themselves less down on the Goldberry Roasting injury report on Wednesday or Saturday when we bring the girls game here.
Yeah, you are correct, and you see right there, Coach Sykes says to Kalen, yeah, all right, let's get you in. I would have had him in right there for that possession offensively. I think that was a missed opportunity.
What I was saying, Coach Holt is going to get back Hoffman and Cox. Here we go to the goal, stripped. And that ball, luckily, back in the hands of the Arrows. Brandon, we got a chance to cut this really down to 2 or 3 points. Edgar lets that one go. Floater. Baseline, no good.
That's not a good shot right there. That was kind of feeling himself a little too much on that one. Good defense by the Tigers.
Great defense. Better defense by the Arrows. Edgar off to Baith, and Baith going to let it go out of bounds? No, he doesn't.
Oh, no.
Roan. Oh, no. Here we go. 10 off the goal. That is Brooks Jr. That is 12 points.
Tough stretch. I think Pax was going to make the right pass. He's driving down the left side. He had an open man, but he lost control of it.
3-ball. Missouri. No good.
No. Not in rhythm. That was not a rhythm 3. You cut it to 4. Now you've had back-to-back wasted possessions.
Arrows down by 6. 6:24 to go on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Tigers going to pull it out and burn a little juice here. This is that Bobby Knight four corners business I talked about. What I was saying, Madison Hoffman cleared today. Looks like she's coming back, and Cam Cox as well.
Great.
We'll see her on Saturday as well when we have the Lady Arrows against the Worcester Generals.
Looking forward to that one.
We haven't seen these guys play for a little while, and they're a fun group to watch, led by the Blonde Mamba.
Worcester coming here on Saturday. I think offensive foul away from the ball. Well, hold on. No, they're calling it on Pax Edgar.
He said charge call.
Yeah, he made a charge signal, but I'm not sure what he meant. But he's giving the forearm sort of motion to Coach Hess. And
I think he called it on Bernie, actually. That's Bernie's second.
Oh, I didn't see it there then.
It's okay. Arrows need to stop right here. Need to get the basketball back and get something in the goal. 6-point Tiger lead, 5:54 to go. Comfort Control, fourth quarter. Ball will be out on the baseline by the Tigers. Don't leave him open, boys. That's Pearson. I've heard you say he can shoot all night, Brandon. Or that's Brooks Jr. He can shoot too.
Yeah, he's popped a couple here so far. He's got 12 points.
This guy can let it go, and here he goes from 3. Doesn't get that to go, thankfully.
Well, I think, he sat a long time, and I'm not sure why he sat as long. Maybe he's tired. Who knows? But he's got 20. Most of them are nice pass. Yes,
Bernie,
sir.
up and in. Give him 7 points on the night, and the Arrows cut it to 4.
That was a brilliant play by Tyler Sauter right there.
Thought we were going to get a hammer by Bernie. Just let that one go right over the goal.
I think he wanted to and then thought better of it and knew they really needed to make sure they got a basket. Good hands. Yeah, jump ball.
Woo, good job, Pax Ediger. Fabulous play there defensively.
Possession arrow belongs to the Tigers.
I was going to jump out of my shoes if he called a foul on that one. Possession arrow changes to the Arrows on the next jump ball. Faith lucky he didn't pick one up there, a cheapie there, well above the arc of the three-point line. I think they're content, Brandon, run a little clock here. Tigers.
They've just switched into a motion offense right now and just taking some more time. I'm not sure they're running clock as much as they're trying to get us to sort of come out a little bit farther and spread the floor.
Well, we've done just that. Bernie well out past the arc. There's a switch.
Yeah, that's maybe what they're trying to do is isolate over here on this side, Brooks Jr., and now you've got a foul on Nathan Bernhardt out here on Rashad Reed because that was a tough assignment right there.
Going to be Bernhardt's 3rd foul on the night. 26 points to lead all scorers. Pax Ediger here for the Arrows. Big night from the junior. As you mentioned, doing what his role is on this squad. His role is to put the ball through the goal.
Yeah, but he's also played well defensively here tonight. So
he has.
He's right now on Brooks, though.
It's a tough assignment, I think, for anybody in this conference to guard that guy. He can let it go from Arkansas.
And you got 2 fouls.
Just don't knock him down on a triple attempt.
Good job there on the hedge by Nathan to show and force Johnson out higher. Oh, boy. Oh,
that's
good
an even
cut.
better. That's a travel. That's a travel.
Yep, they got it. Good job.
I think I called it 3 times before they blew the whistle, Brandon. When it's a travel and I see it before the official, you know it's egregious.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yep. Pick his pocket tee right there off the glass. Devontae Johnson.
He had a chance to cut it to a 1-possession lead right there, and instead it's a 4-point swing. Oh, my.
Triple. Reed Emmons. Great effort by Bernie. If that one ends up in the hands of Kyvie Ronan, he's in a hurry back the other way. Going to go right to the glass. Draws the foul from Reed Emmons, going to the stripe for 2.
I know Reed's a good shooter. He's not having a great night tonight, so I don't. In that case, you want to tell guys that shooters shoot, and I know that's the thing, right? But in that case, boy, that's such a big possession, Chris, to come down and not have any passing on that ball at all inside the half-court line and just to launch a 3 that was contested, too. There's a guy on you, so it's not like that was uncontested catch and fire. That's a little different, right? You're coming off the dribble and you're firing a 3. It's a tough shot.
Garrett Davis checks into the Sid Subs substitution station.
It was 57-53 a minute ago, and we had the basketball and turned it over.
Roan knocks down both attempts, 14 on the night for him.
And I'm going to keep an eye on that one for the turning point of the game, because right now that's what it's looking like, Chris.
Faith, nice spin move up off the glass. No, actually right off the rim. Give him 2 more. That's 12 for Faith. Back to a 6-point lead for the Tigers. Roan working him down. A great pass. No good. Another possession. Offensive rebound for the Tigers. Oh, what a fabulous play by Ediger off the glass for 2 more. Closes it up to a 4-point lead for the Tigers. 4 minutes to go. Timeout by Coach Jason Hess, a full timeout. We'll be right back after this short message.
Ashland's meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR.
YMCA.
You know what we did this at the Academy?
No, I can't wait to hear.
CVCA.
Oh, that's original. That's good. I was being honest. I think that's fantastic. I mean, you know what we did down at the Dale? We went out and celebrated in the barn after big wins.
You can't talk about it on the air, what you guys actually did.
Sometimes you probably can't, but sometimes you could. I mean, it just depends. We didn't win all that often.
Go down to the barn, feed the chickens?
Pigs. There's on premises at the Taj Mahal. There is a pig barn.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a fact, Jack.
Oh, my.
I used to store a lot of things in that barn, I can promise you, for about 40 years of stories, 50 years of story. All right, anyways, back to basketball. 61-57 lead for the Tigers. Just over 3 minutes.
And they're spreading it out again. It's not necessarily a four-quarter look. I know what you're talking about, but they're trying to make us come out and isolate somebody. And there it is. Great look right there. They got Kyvie Roan driving to the basket. And now they are kind of running that four corners right now. Yep.
Yeah, just want to burn some clock.
Dean Smith more so than Bobby Knight, by the way.
I like Bobby Knight better.
Well, I'm saying who originated it and who really kind of came up with it was Dean. It's a big foul right there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happens in that slowdown, right? It makes you impatient, and it gets you into spots that you're uncomfortable with.
Ooh, Lexington goes down by 10.
I know you're sad about that.
Nope. Thankful to in the house, Aiden Chandler tonight over there for the GoTigers.com. The voice of the Tigers, Aiden Chandler over there tonight.
I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that.
Ashland legend Dan Chandler right below him in attendance tonight.
Oh, good hands by Pax playing the passing lanes. You got 2:24 to go. You're down 4. And that was Bates' 4th foul. Garrett Davis in the ballgame right now for some offense.
Yeah, offense-defense looks like it's going to be played here by Coach Hess as we get down to the nitty-gritty here with approaching 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Tyler Sauter with just 1 foul, and you still need the next one will put them at the line.
Oh, they're going to say that's Tiger basketball. Whew, I didn't get a good look at it. Grayson Bates going to come in here. Offense, defense.
Yep, and they're pulling Gabe, I think, in order to keep him from picking up his
Bernie.
4th foul. Oh, okay, they're going with Bernie to go.
I don't think you have
quick.
a choice. You got to leave Bates on the floor.
I agree. I thought he was, but I didn't think that's what he was doing. I like that because you're going small and fast and utilizing all your fouls here. Now, if you're Mansfield Senior, you want to try to isolate Brooks inside, and that's what they're doing on the backside, right?
Yeah, he's down there in the coffin corner. We've seen him shoot that one before and catch nothing but net. They're just going to burn you out here, Brandon, with the clock if you're not going to foul.
No.
Unless they get a wide open layup and a good look. They did. That's over the bat. That's not on Bates.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my.
That's the right call, Chris. That's the right call. It's a tough one, and we'll see.
No, he's boxing him out.
It's a tough call. We just lost there.
The team at Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan growth
here, everybody, but
we're in commercial. We're back to live action inside Arrow Arena on the Ashland Arrows Broadcast Network. It's froze. There we go.
Well, yeah, but we lost our scoreboard, and hey, we're just happy to be having a. Not sure what happened there, folks.
Bates fouls out of the contest with 12 points.
2 free throws.
Andrew Brooks Jr. now with 13 markers on the night. Came in averaging 5 on the season. Shooting a robust 10% from the beyond the arc. Guess where his first 2 points came, or first 2 goals came from? Beyond the arc. 5-point lead. Stays there. Offensive glass. Kyvie Roan. Tigers get the basketball back. That is a backbreaker here for the Arrows. 5-point Tiger lead. Arrow's going to have to start fouling in a hurry.
Yeah,
Brooks
you got to
foul.
foul. You got to start that foul game here.
Brooks playing keep away and just dribbling all around. He just burned 15 to 18 seconds off the clock with the ball in his hand by himself. Good hustle play by Tyler Sauter. Kicks it out of bounds. It'll be maintained by Senior High School. 62-57, 5-point Tiger lead. Tigers inbound right in front of the scorer's table. Kyvie Roan off to Brooks Jr. No good.
I'm surprised they let go of the basketball there, Chris, to be honest.
I'd have held it.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, but hey, we'll take it.
Keep in mind, Kalen Brooks has not scored in the second half. He had 20 markers at halftime.
What a move. Oh, we just can't get it to fall. We need a basket in a bad way. You got a couple timeouts here.
Bernie, well out above the arc. Goes in, gets that one not to go. Bernhard, own rebound.
He's going to get called for offensive swinging elbows.
Foul on Bernhard. 4 for the big man.
Well, we've efforted, and we've got the scoreboard back for you. And now they're switching.
Go ahead, Chris. On Bernhard. I was just going to say, he pays the price on the offensive end because everybody bounces off of him. And then when he does make contact with you on the defensive end down here, it just looks that much more egregious. He's just that big of a dude, right, against some of these guys who are 5'10", 160 pounds.
Tough spot. You got to foul here.
Yep, you got to foul, and you got to foul in a hurry, and Pax Ediger doing his best, but you got to put some hands on him right now. You don't want to foul Rome, but you got to foul. Stop this clock. Andrew Brooks Jr. going to get the foul call. He's going to go to the stripe for 2. 43 seconds to go, down by 5. Playing the foul game.
Make sure you stay tuned for the Janney postgame show. As soon as this one concludes, we'll take a short break and come back and talk with Coach Hess, hopefully, if he gets out here in time. And right now,
life for the Arrows. Brooks Jr. misses the first.
Still alive. 2 timeouts. But, right now you got Senior now in the bonus. Possession
only
arrow.
1 foul here against Senior High in this quarter. Second one up and good. 6-point lead. 2-possession ball game. Arrow's going to have to get something going in the goal in a hurry here. Ediger blocked.
Great board by Davis.
Sure
and a
was.
left. Well, he's got 9 points off the bench, Chris, in limited minutes, and I think he's earned himself some more minutes going forward because you need offense on this team. You need another guy to step up and score. That's what I said in the third quarter, right? And who has that guy been? It's been Garrett Davis, right? He's got 9 points, I believe, most here in the second half.
Not most, Brandon.
All. Okay. All right. So obviously, if you're going to look back at this, you're going to say, all right, if he can score 9 points against a 4-0 Mansfield senior team in a half of play and not even a half.
He playing more.
I might be thinking about not having him on the JV and just strictly putting him up on the varsity. But, you've got numbers. You're trying to kind of coordinate all that stuff. It's tricky as a head coach and as a staff. I get it. That's a challenging thing. You're down 4. 32 seconds to go here. You're going to go full court pressure man-to-man, I assume, and you're going to try to get a steal on the first pass and a trap maybe on the first. You still have time that you can trap the first pass. You can trap that first entry pass before you foul to try to get a turnover right there. After that, now you've got a foul.
Arrows down by 4. Senior High basketball offense, defense being employed by Coach Hess. Great goal by Garrett Davis, as Brandon mentioned, all 9 of his points here in the second half. Pax Ediger leads all scorers with 28. Reminder, me and the Peanut Gallery will be live from Arrow Arena for a Thursday afternoon duel on the Ashland Arrows Broadcast Network. Brandon and I will be back here to call the Arrows against the Generals ladies basketball on Saturday afternoon.
They get it in to Reed, and that's the one you want to trap.
Was that wishing for a travel call?
Yeah, I mean, that's a foul, and they're waiting for it. Yeah.
Well, we just need to have a couple bricks laid here by Reed at the stripe. Story of today's game, Brandon, has been the BB&C Car Care triples.
Yep.
Converted by the Tigers. They have made a bunch of them. Reed gets his 8th point to go and his first point of the second half, courtesy of that Conner Manufacturing foul shot.
Entering the night, 12 for 17 at the line, 71%.
That's handy. Second one, up and in.
Well, good idea here by the Tigers to pressure just to run more clock.
Ediger going to go all the way to the goal. Gets it tossed.
Yeah, I think on that one, he's got to think twice and skip over. He's got Reed Emmons on the wing and Garrett Davis in the corner, but, he's also got 28 points, so I get it.
Pulled in by all conference and all district player
tough shot.
Joey Eisenhart.
Yeah, tough shot right there. Garrett got himself kind of in an awkward spot underneath the basket. I think he was surprised at how open he was, and then went up for it and missed it.
You see Brooks there in the turf monster, just about got him.
He's got some interesting shoes out there today.
He's got yellow sneakers.
That's not yellow. They're like
Gold.
tie-dye. I love them. I think they're cool.
Oh, come on.
Peace. I'm a peace man.
Of what?
Work. I'm a piece of work, man.
I love it. Come out and check these Arrows out here inside Arrow Arena. They'd love your support. 66-59, Tiger lead.
That was kind of a push-off right there, and Arrows are going to come up short here tonight. All right. Don't foul now. Let it go. Oh, Kalen, that was not wise.
He just got hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
He just got a hip pointer. Garrett Davis lets a three go. Doesn't go. 66-59, going to be your final from Arrow Arena tonight. Tigers take this one, Brandon. Quick thoughts before we come right back.
well, it was a game that we could have stolen from the Tigers. There's no doubt we were in this ball game, and the turning point there was at that point that I talked about when it was 57-53. We had the basketball coming up court, and we got our pocket picked, and we just never quite got over the hump. We got too big of a deficit early, and then we could not overcome. We got it back to 4, and that was as close as we could get, Chris.
Sounds good. We'll be right back with the Janney postgame show right after this.
There's dealerships where great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back to Arrow Arena. The Arrows fall to the Tigers 66-59. The Tigers improve to 5-0 and 3-0 and take an early command of the OCC, and especially tonight with Lexington losing. Now 3-0 is the Tigers in the OCC. The Arrows fall to 3-2 and 1-1 in the OCC, Brandon.
Yeah, this one kind of hurt. You had a chance to steal one from the Tigers, who I think are probably a little more well-rounded. They have
more scorers.
Yeah, on the offensive side, right? And to be honest, offensively, they moved the ball a little bit better. They had a little bit better attack than we did tonight. And it's a tough one to lose. You're not going to win every game this year. There's no doubt. Obviously, but you've lost 2 in a row after winning the first 3. But this was a tough one. You had an opportunity here to win a ball game. But it also was an opportunity tonight to honor Tom Carver. And I want to make sure that we say that really is way more important than any basketball game could possibly be. So I want to make sure that people understand how much we have appreciated his time here and how much we'll miss him. We loved Tom, and we still do, and we're thinking of his family, and we love them all. And I said it earlier on the air. These are just games. So in the big picture,
you know what they are? They're games, and they're opportunities to develop skills for life.
yeah, absolutely.
And when you have that, and the message is conveyed by a true mentor / coach, i.e. Tom Carver, and then you can mix all that together, making the chili, so to speak. It sets these guys up
Yeah.
for life. And that's
Yeah.
what sports are about to me. You hear me say it all the time.
Yeah.
What are we here for? And I think Tom Carver exemplified that, and that's what we're here for, is
Yeah.
to build and mold young men.
Yeah, and this was one that I hopefully Coach Hess and company go in and they say, hey, this was a tough loss. Here's what we need to do better, and the things that we do need to do better. Shot selection still an issue at times. Here I forgot to even mention that we're in the Janney post-game show right now, and just want to make sure we give a good shout out to our friends at Janney. I think there's an opportunity to grow from this if you watch it, right? If you're going to watch the tape on this one, and hopefully you're watching this tape tonight or tomorrow or whenever and trying to improve, you should be watching every game, right? And hopefully each of these guys go back and say, okay, what can I do better? So I'm not going to harp on all the bad things other than to say, there were a couple of times in that first quarter when we gave up some open threes and we didn't close out well. We got better at that after that. I thought our defense was much better after the first quarter.
I say it all the time, and I don't care what sport it is. If you're willing to self-criticize and self-critique, you can get better.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's things that you can do and watching the tape, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
to get better. And that's not a slam. That's not a slight.
Oh, no.
That's what every good player, every good team does, right?
Right.
That's what you're pointing
Yeah.
out. That's fact.
Oh, yeah, that's not – and it's not a lack of effort or hustle.
Sure.
Our guys played really hard tonight. So that's one thing you can hang your hat on is our guys played really hard from start to finish. The other thing I would say, we saw Garrett Davis step up in the second half and score 9 points. And I think, was he our second leading scorer?
Let me read you something. I just got this.
Okay.
The Scarecrow just sent me a note. And he said, Scarecrow, for those
That's
of you
AJ
that don't know,
Oh, okay.
is A.J. Beer.
There you go.
He said, TC, Tom Carver would be proud of this game tonight. Hard fought, just fell short.
I
got nothing to add to that.
I couldn't have said it any better myself.
Rejoin us on Saturday for the ladies' game. Godspeed. No, take us home, BW.
God bless. Godspeed. God bless the Carver family. And go Arrows.